The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Thursday, 14th of March, kind of in the middle of March already. Dow's down 124. You know, it's not such a big deal when you see it. And you're talking about an equity that, or an index that's at 38,924. You know, these little blips. But what's most important is what happens when, or if, we have to say if, you never know, there's no guarantee, the Dow starts to trade under 39,700. So that's about 800 points. Well, no, it's 200 points. So off the top, yeah, about 600 or 700 points from the all-time high. When it starts to pull and it goes underneath these trend lines, that's different. And yet, with all this said, let me just do this. I'll first of all show you here that the Dow daily chart has not made a new high this week. About 39,282, I think it's 0.28 or something like that. Hasn't gone that 1 penny above to start a leg C in the weekly chart. My suspicion is that we are going to make a peak B that stays all the way through the week. Now, that in the weekly chart, still a leg C in the monthly chart, and it hasn't gone. It could become a peak C if all of March it doesn't make a new high. Now, what's really important about this is that the MACD's weak, the relative strength is starting to make lower lows and lower highs. The stochastic's at 58%. That's not great. I mean, it's not bad. It's just kind of And the on-balance volume is still rallying, and it's still at an overbought level. If you look at the, now I can do this. I want to rotate through this. Look at the way the S&P and the Dow, so I'll do the Dow first, INDU. There. Look at the way the Dow, what I was saying is that I believe that over a period of a couple of days, it might be even another week, we're starting to make a difference in that the differential between the 9-period moving average and the 14 and moving average in the daily chart, but we haven't yet crossed negative, not we. The 9-period moving average hasn't changed to pink by going under the 14-period moving average. You can see it clearer here. But you can see that we're making a series of lower highs, but not lower lows yet, just two lower lows, and then the last one is actually not too bad. So if you're looking at it in just using this one indicator called the technical tool of last resort, why? Because it's really the last one to give you the signal that says, okay, now the trend has changed. But look at the S&P. The 9 is still way over the 14. You can see it better here. You have got a top that was made in the on-balance volume, but that's way back on the 1st of March when it was at 51.40. And even now with this pullback, it's at 41.48. So that's not working. And look at the QQQ. This is a little different. The other Q is starting to make, you see the little wicks, the little tails? They keep going underneath the 14-period moving average. And that's suggesting that the QQQ, the index 100, is getting a little tight. You can see it a little bit better here. And once again, the on-balance volume has had a big divergence. Some of them work perfectly right at the cusp of a low or a high to give you the ictus that makes that turnaround for the trend change. In this case, it's not working for these guys. Now, let's go to the SMHs because they moved up so sharply. Look at that. They're making the dreaded H right here. That's that pattern that comes straight down, then it arches over at a peak A or B. It then takes out the left side low. But that 9 is still very strong. Here again, the on-balance volume did give a nice turnaround, but it's not really working the way it's supposed to. Now look at the SMHs in the chart that just has the 3 lines, and the line here is the current price of the daily semiconductor ETF, SMH, and it's starting to make lower lows and lower highs, but that 9 is still way above. All right, I want to just get out of that for the moment because I need to show you something even more important. The volatility index, the VIX index, has barely budged. It's up 24 cents. I love that. I love it. I hate when the volatility index you make an all-time high in the market, and the next day the volatility index gets so nervous because it's pulling back and it screams to a sharply higher high. I like this. This is denial. Denial is what you want in the VIX index until it becomes confirmation. So that to me gives me a sense that, yeah, maybe that initiation that we're short the Dow, long term, we are long. I love the long term of the Dow. It's a trading position we've got, and we've got a trading position in the S&P and a trading position in the semis. Right now, those are trading shorts. But in the meantime, look at this. Let me just go through these again. Look, gold pulling back, not a big deal. It's down 14, holding really well. MACD is good, 9 period over the 14. The stochastic's at 85. It has pulled back quite a bit. It's still over 80%. That's good. On balance, volume is a little bit overbought. And now you've gone to test the inside track repellent zone in the weekly chart. This is gold continuous contract. Look at the silver. That was a very nice move up yesterday. It's holding pretty nicely today, down just to 0.01 at 25.15. And it's helping the weekly chart improve, and the monthly chart still doesn't look all that great. High-grade copper had a huge move up yesterday, holding pretty darn well today, down only 0.01 at 4.09, 4.04. This is good action. And now you've gone to a leg C in the weekly. This is a change in trend because we've got, let me put this in. You've got a buy mode in place. The stochastic still hasn't got to 80%, but it says that, yeah, it could be choppy. And I suspect it's going to be choppy for the next week or so. Lousy monthly chart, but that weekly chart has improved. But you're ready to see a close over the high that was made back in the week of the 4th of August, 4.11. And so far, the high has been 4.08, 4 cents away from breaking to a new recovery high. Okay, what do I have to do? Bonds. Bonds right now, sharply lower, over a point lower. Oh, man. TLT, let me show you the TLT. I was talking about this yesterday. Got repelled at that 200-period moving edge, and the TBT got propelled from its 200-period moving average. Not looking fantastic, but it is holding really well. That means that's like yields is up 83 cents at 34.09. So that's the 10-year. Just needed to, crude oil, really nice move. It's actually started a leg D, a very quick C to D in the weekly chart. That's a good sign, and it's an E in the daily chart. Very good action, up $1.36 at 81.8. When you put this together, that's what I've been saying all week, that if you start to see yields go higher, not lower but higher, and crude oil goes higher, and you start to see the semiconductors pull back, that's going to be important. The XLF is pulling back a little bit here. Did I type it up? I typed it in the chart. So in my webinar coming up on Tuesday for subscribers, you can become a subscriber. You'll be able to get, look, every weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I do at least an hour a video of what we're looking at, why we're looking at. For instance, in the video, I was talking about LAC, which we had just briefly for a little while. And I said, I think it's holding really well. That's Lithium Americas Corporation, lithium projects in USA. So we got taken out for a bit of a loss on a split position. And I kept saying, I think we need to get in. It's holding well. And today, what does it do? I don't know if it's news or what. It spikes from yesterday's 553 to today. It's 765.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
Attention all opening call subscribers. Next Tuesday, March 19th, Basil Chapman will be hosting a live 90-minute webinar for all subscribers. From 4 to 5:30 p.m., Basil will take subscribers through an educative journey, giving insight into how he will approach this volatile market. Basil Chapman's opening call newsletter has a 30-day money-back guarantee for all first-time subscribers, and all subscribers get access to his trove of webinar archives, so you have nothing to lose. Go to the newsletters tab of TFNN.com and sign up today. We'll see you March 19th. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
All right, so talking about different techniques, there's a technique that I developed a long time ago called the two-click technique. I'm still refining it. It's not that easy to refine because there are certain parameters, but very often early in the morning, there's a possibility of getting one click on your E-mini, and the S&P is what I always like to trade, and you click, and if everything works out, then that 9-period moving average starts to work well for you. You could hold that for a long time. In fact, even here, as we're looking at this at 1 o'clock, it flipped positive in the 10-minute chart, and it went from the 52.37 level all the way to the 52.50s, and then it turned negative. And now it's been negative. And that could have been 2-click on the upside. Now you'd have a 2-click on the downside from about the 52.49 level. And it would remain that way. You could technically remain that way. Or you could have a couple of positions. And in other words, when it stopped most recent stalling formation, when it stopped dead just under 52.10, and then it looked like it wanted to turn up, you could have taken some profit off, kept your one position, and that would not be a 2-click situation. I'm always talking about a 2-click as if you had just gone in and gone out of the end. But actually, the best way to do it is to be able to take off something and then at least try to keep something for the very end of the session, just to see if that's able to hold. And it does that on the upside very often over a month. We'll see if it's even able to do that once on the downside today. We'll check that out. All right, so let's get back to our story. And what I wanted to show you is this technique that I developed not just years ago, decades ago, was to look at round numbers. And there was always, it doesn't happen often. You can scroll through as many charts as you want. You can go through not hundreds, but thousands. And you'll see that most of the time, even though there are 4 opportunities every single day to have either the open, the close, the low or the high hit with 0.00, it really doesn't happen that often. But I've been noting over the last 6 weeks just dozens and dozens of times. And even today, yesterday, the IAI, this is the broker-dealer ETF, the iShares, hit 114 all-time high yesterday, and with a doji candle in leg E in the Chapman wave, and now it's pulling back. It's pulled back before, but is this something important? We'll see. 114 doesn't get taken out. Look at this. Tommy was talking about this earlier on. Was this the one? Oh, no, MicroStrategy, was that it? Yeah, this is MicroStrategy, data accessibility of AI, etc. So it has a whole bunch of round numbers. So what does it do yesterday? It goes to 1774 all-time high. It has an open of 1660.00. It has a low of 16.20. I mean, this is like a full house, right? And it closed at 1766.15. 3 out of 4. And where is it today? It is down 28. So we don't even know if this is the top. I've got it as a leg F, maybe a peak F. Huge. I mean, acceleration E. This is parabolic. So it says this should pull back. But the chart doesn't know that. The chart is the chart. The chart just does what the chart does. So listen to this. I love this. It's so fascinating. On the 27th of February, where's the 27th? That's right over. I love this. I'll be discussing this type of thing in my webinar coming up. On the 27th of February, you had 3 insider sells in the 860s. It wasn't just small, it was millions of dollars worth of shares. But look at the move that it's had from 135 even to that to the 260s, so 860s that we're looking at on the 27th. And then what does it do? It more than doubles to 1774 yesterday. So, yep, maybe it was great timing because they had a fantastic gain. They would have almost doubled that gain. All right? Isn't that fascinating? So I don't always take what insiders do as I do like buys. I wonder what happened to that one that I was looking at there, KAR, is that the one? Yeah, KAR had a couple of 10,000 buys at 14, really millions, on the 26th of February by insiders. It's 26th of Feb, right there on the 26th of Feb in the 14s. And the darn thing goes all the way to 1617. Well, of course, these people are just selling of parts of what they have. It's a fantastic gain, but it went, 20,000 for each one higher. Anyway, now it's at 15.43. So I just thought I'd do this. Let's see if what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA is down a little bit, 24 at 884. It had a 974 round number high, all-time high. I mean, this is so, I've never seen this number of round numbers. And not only that, I wrote, did I forget to write it down? I had one yesterday. Oh, that's right, CSL. CSL is Carlisle companies, roofing, energy, lawn, mining, construction. They're in everything that's important. So they make a 367.27 all-time high about 6 sessions ago. And then they have a bunch of round numbers. 357, was that yesterday? 357 open 3 days ago. It both goes a little higher. And what does it do? 357, and no round number today. All right, and it's trading at 362, so it's above that. And it had 355 opens in February and 350. So what I'm looking at is what happens if there is a market pullback and all of these stocks make lower highs and lower lows, and in about a week or two, we're looking at them underneath this cluster of round numbers. That says that everyone who bought is going to say, oh, man. And what is a round number? To me, there's only one way to assess it, and that's fear of missing out. I mean, why would you just say, I want to buy something let's just go back to this MSTR, MicroStrategy. I want to buy it. I want to buy it, and I'm getting it, and I'm not even, don't even have time to say, I want to buy it at 1774.30. I'm just buying it at 1774.00. Or I'm saying, buy it for me. I want 1,000, 2, whatever it is. And and then it comes out as a round number, and then it starts to fall. So it becomes, with the fear of missing out, it could become fear. If we start to see a sell-off from these vertical rallies, I just want to see another one is SMCI. That's been on our list for a little while. I couldn't even tell. Look, you can't even see the price because I've had to write in so many round numbers. It had a 1,229 all-time high. Let me just double check. 1,229.00 all-time high on the 8th of March, and it opened at round number 1092.00. I don't know what it's going to mean if they still hold up real well in a month's time. But normally I'd be looking at this and saying, rug pull coming. We'll see.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of Basil's educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks, we're back. And one of the reasons why I didn't want to get aggressive about saying, oh, man, this market is just tumbling, it's going to tank, no, I think it's going to be a rotational correction in a shorter period of time. Look, even now the Dow's only down 58, the S&P is only down 6. So that's just telling me that there is this rotation going on and that you've got to be very selective, and that if you are correct, speed has to be the phenomenon here has to be speed. And we're going to see if that's the case because, look, SMCI was a super micro. I was talking about the round numbers. Even today, it opens at 1175.00. It has a low of 1127.00. The all-time high was the high of just 4 or 5 sessions ago, 1229.00. So something's going on here. This cluster of round numbers just seems to me that it's telling me a story. Is this really the start of a brand new? They're actually correct that they need to get in right now because this thing's going even higher, is going up into the 49s. I don't think so, because, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I'm saying this has to be very selective. Don't suddenly think, oh, let me short the whole market. Just we've got small shorts in certain areas just because we want to get a feel for it. Because if it starts to work, then once that 9-period moving average and the different indices start to go negative, and they will at some point, that's when you can increase the short side. Now, look at this. Microsoft is up 11 at an all-time high of 426.35. Leg C, I've got it in the daily chart. Leg C in the weekly chart. There's this. I circled this the other day to say, are we really looking at a cluster formation that's going to be the breakout? It's like a propeller shaft that the last move down is equal to the last move up. Wow. If that's the case, that's amazing. Oh, for disclosure purposes, I should mention subscribers are long from the 338 level in Microsoft. We've had trading positions as well. And we thought we were quite clever, taking off a little bit at the 420.20 level, just 60 cents off the all-time high back in, that was early February. And then it pulled back quite sharply. And then it made this rectangle with a cluster formation. Really looking at it sideways, it may start to make slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows. And all of a sudden, boom, it breaks out today. And that's the reason why, look, that's what's helping the Dow. Now the Dow is only down 34. So I'm saying, think of this as a rotational market. There are certain sectors that get the benefit of the Dow at a certain point, and then they move sharply high. Then they have to take a breather. Maybe gold is that because the dollar at this particular time is moving up. Now it's a little bit higher, up 32 ticks at 103.11. Okay, so I wanted to do that. Then a question came in. When would it be appropriate to start a position in Tesla? So Tesla's at 166.72, down 274. It's done a number of these exact one-to-ones to the downsides from about July of last year, August of last year. Then it went under the 200-period moving average. This last one had a little bit of a bounce. This one's fading. I don't know if there's going to be another equal move to the downside here. I don't think so. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't want to be a preconceived notion here that is exactly what's going to happen. So let me just take this away, remove. So this will be the arch formation. It'll come back in if this low of 152.37 is taken out at any point, and we're at 166. Now, Tommy was talking about this, and this is really a cogent point. You should keep this in mind, that Musk is leveraged, that if the stock, I believe he said that if the stock goes under 100, that's a real big problem for Musk. So it's at 166. To drop another 66 points, I think generally that's going to be very, very negative for not just Tesla, but for most of the EVs, if that's the case. So in the meantime, all I'm going to say is I would not be thinking of buying, trying to pick the, like the exact low at 160.23. No, I would say hold off. The stochastics at 9%, that it could still go to 5%. The on-balance volume's on its way down. It hasn't become oversold yet. The MACD's weak. The on-balance volume is very negative. Under the, so the on-balance volume has to make a low. It hasn't made a low yet. And the 914 is weak, and the MACD is weak, and the relative strength is weak. I don't think you have to rush. Why? It's going to be tough, because if it does turn around, I would normally say I'd like to be buying higher highs and higher lows. I don't want to be holding the bag when it keeps taking out lows. But at the same time, the pattern itself is so weak in the 914s of the daily, and I'm going to be discussing this in great detail in my webinar, all about these 914s. Maybe by Tuesday, we still haven't crossed negative in the 914s. Who knows? But in the meantime, back at the ranch, Tesla doesn't show any sign yet of at least having a bounce, and then it has to have a bounce on a retest. Have patience. I don't think I'm just not there yet. I am looking, because I think it's a great company. I think he has so much other things other than Tesla going on at Tesla. But just right now, I'd just be real careful. Next question came in is, where did it go? Yes, I noticed someone asked me about, what about the beauty? You always talk about the beauty products. Yeah, look at this. The beauty products, Ulta Beauty, is at an all-time high as we speak. 560.60 was the high in May of 2023. Plummets down to the 360s. Now it's at 568. Yeah, this is very good. ELF is the other one. ELF, 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 ELF. There it is. All-time high about two weeks ago, 221.83. You know, I forgot to look. I don't know if this made any round numbers, but this one's already starting some digestive phase. Yeah, it is. So this one made its high, all-time high. The peak E in the daily at 221.83. Oh, it did have an all-time high, round number 210 open back just before it made the high. So now it's under that at 203.04, and it's a leg D, maybe a peak D by Friday's close this week, and a leg F, I've got it in the weekly. What was the other one? OCC or CCO? CCO? Oh, I'm not going to remember that. No, that's Clear Channel. What was that? There's another one in the business. This young woman started it as an alternative, and it's done fabulous. I wrote it down, and I can't find it right now. I will try to find it. Anyway, it's in the beauty products area, ODD or OCC or something like that. All right, we'll be back. The Dow is down just about 8. Now, I'll be right back. Basil Chapman.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that. as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So what I want to do on Tuesday, some of it might, I don't know yet, might be live because the market is open between 4 and 5. So we might be looking at some of the futures just to talk about it. And I want to show you Chapman wave patterns that repeat over and over again so that you can do it. Normally I go through a whole prepared thing. I'm going to do that now. But at the same time, I want to actually make it live. I want to make it so that you can really understand something that is kind of important in the sense that I'm going to just, let me just do this for the moment. In the sense that it is structural. In other words, I'm going to look at all the charts and what we're going to be looking at, which on that we would like to be buying after any pullback in the market for the next phase of the market. Maybe spring into summer, I'm not sure, but we'll have to see exactly where we are at that particular time. So it's going to be a very functional one. This time, I'm going to be saying this is where we would like to enter, this is where you would exit, etc., etc. Now, even more importantly, a couple of things came up that I wanted to get to. Where did I see it here? Yes, about the Russell. So the Russell small caps, it's on the list of what we could be looking at if there is a rotation into the small caps. And each of these rotations, look, it's a very steady move to the upside, higher highs, higher lows. This is the first time we started to make lower lows and lower highs. So within that context, what I am looking at is I'm looking at this as if to say, because there's a rotation going on, and just as I said, Microsoft's moving up, Ulta Beauty's moving. You've got certain stocks that are moving up quite aggressive actually today, yet the market itself is very tentative. And that doesn't guarantee anything. So, the question was about the transportation index. Yeah, so the transportation index made a peak D in the daily chart. That's the IYT. It is beautiful double top potential on a short-term basis, where the all-time high was in the 69 or 70 area. Let me give you the exact figure. It was 70.60 back in May of 2021, pulls back sharply, comes back, and what does it go to? I can't believe how these things happen. 70.36, and then it pulls back for a month, and then it retests and it goes 70.22, and then it takes a dive to the 49s. And where is it now? What did it do the other day? It hit 71.18 or something, 71.16. 71.16. Look at that beautiful Chapman wave. I'm going to show the symmetry of these bars, how you can use the number of bars on the left to the bottom, equal to the number of bars at the top and retest that almost sometimes to the penny in a monthly chart after all that time. I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about May of 2021, and this is March of 2024. I mean, what a story in between, right? But that's the I by T. So it's pulling back today down $1.13. That's, for me, that's kind of important. It's one of the metrics I look at. It's not necessarily Dow theory per se, but it is the idea that if the whole area of transports, that's trucks, that's airlines, that's rails, if they're all working in sync with the Dow going to new highs and the general market going to new highs, that's a positive. That's really the way I look at it. Now we'll look to see where we find support. It's 67s should be supported. It's at 80 right now. If it takes out 67 the next week or so, that will impact the weekly. But the weekly is only at a leg C, maybe a peak C. So that's important. Next question came in is, Bitcoin, of course. I'm anticipating, based on my work, that Bitcoin is very close to at least a digestive phase. And that's remember what we were looking at just a moment ago? Cup formation. I didn't have left side, right side price match because the low that was made from the high in Bitcoin that was made in November of 2021, this is the continuous contract 73.79, down to the low of November of 2022 at 18.74. What a decline. But look, what a move. 1874 to a new all-time high. Today's high is 74,415, 73,800. Yeah, you get round numbers in this. That's not the issue. The round number will be if it suddenly goes to 75,000. Then I'll call that a round number. Anyway, I'm not looking for that right now. But that is just saying, based on the MACD, this is all still very positive. Stochastics at 93%, but there are certain signs that are saying that the increase, you see the way, look, just a nominal, it makes a new high of 73,550 on the 11th. The 12th is 73,775, right? To about 200 points, 220 above. A slightly higher high, 74,365, and then yesterday, and today's high is 74,415. So we'll see if this suddenly starts to arch over. But I'm also looking at the 120-minute chart. I'm looking at all the others like GBTC. That's the Bitcoin fund itself. Goes to a peak D, a leg D yesterday, probably a peak D today. With a doji candle leg G, it could be an alternate count. It could be a G/C. I haven't typed it in yet. There was a Chapman wave instant restart. I'll be talking about the instant restart. In fact, I'll have some good examples to show you, if you do your own work, what the instant restart can do, because it gives you an alternate count that could go to another 4 higher peaks. So that's all, as I say, I'm going to take live questions. I give live answers immediately. You know, when I get a question during a webinar, I don't say, wait, I'll get to it. The question is pertinent to you right now, therefore it's pertinent to me right now. I don't want you to lose that thought, and we get to it right away. So it's called the technical tools needed for the coming months. I see a little misspelling there. It says technical tools. No. Technical tools needed for the coming months. A live event. It's part of our commitment to providing opening course subscribers with top-notch market insights. On Saturday, I gave an hour and a half. It was almost like a webinar looking at all these different things. And the reason why I think we're in the process of making some kind of a top, and we'll see if that actually works out. A short-term top, that is. I still think the weekly charts are looking great. So someone said a dollar price is not an oil driver. You remember, it was, now it's at least a year and a half, and I've been saying, Bondi, Crudy, Dolly, Goldie, and Vixie. That's the bonds, crude oil, dollar, gold, and the volatility index have not been working synchronously for a long time. They actually have gone on their own independent trajectories. So yes, crude oil, I think, is part of the Middle East situation. Gold, it's kind of a mix. And right now it might be so overbought, that it needs to digest these gains, but it could have been a trigger because of the Middle East. I just don't think that is the case right now, but there's some impetus for the upside and looks legit because of the way the technicals have confirmed it. Up right back. Basil Chapman, Bitcoin is GBTC is down to 63.60, a little below yesterday's.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hey, just to sum up, and remember on Tuesday, time 4 o'clock, check out the front page of TFN, March the 19th, 4 o'clock to 5:30. My webinar titled The Technical Tools Needed for the Coming Months. I think we're going to be in for a very choppy rest of March, maybe even early April. And then we'll see what happens, because there are certain sectors and certain stocks look to me like they're kind of ready to form a base that could be a much bigger move later on in the year. My weekly charts are still very positive. Remember, look, the Dow's only at peak B. You should still go to a C and a D in the weekly chart. So, and I'll talk about weekly charts, what it means. I'll talk about the 9-14 period moving average, etc. And we'll go through and I'll give you good examples of what we're looking at, what we like to get into. But in the meantime, short term, we've started to increase our short position. We will see if that works out. And most importantly, it's very selective, and that's why you haven't got like a 280-point down move down going to 350 by mid-afternoon yet, or the S&P down 48 going to minus 52 very quickly. So far, it's kind of orderly, and that's what we've got to take into consideration. It's a process. So with that said, looking at very bullish going for the weekly chart.